This is a demonstration of Sage Intacct and Corpay's invoice pay. In Intacct, go to Pay Bills. Select Made Bills as necessary. I'm just going to select a couple of them here. And then you're going to say Pay Now. Once we leave the Pay Now screen, we're going to go and actually process a check. We process everything as a check in the system, whether they're going to be a virtual card, a check, or an ACH, because we return information back into Sage Intacct to tell you exactly how they were paid. Inside. I'm going to go to my print check screen, and then I'm going to select the ones I want to print, and I'll just print a couple of these so you can see it. I'll print those. And for these, I typically print a PDF, because if you're using any kind of document imaging system, you might want to keep a copy of those. We don't use the physical check at all in any way in our system. We actually pull data out of Intacct and push it up to the gateway for invoice pay. So I'm going to go ahead and save these on my machine. And we've got them saved. And you must confirm. That's similar to posting if you're not used to Intacct. And those have to be posted before we can upload them. And then, so from here, I'm going to go to the app. And I will log in with my Sage Intacct ID and password. I'll choose the company that I used. You can have multi-company, multi-entity databases. Either will work, or single entity. I'll choose my bank account, and I'm going to choose a different date here, since this is my demo data. Click Start. It goes out and pulls all of the data that was in the system that was posted on that day on that bank account. And then when I get ready to upload it, I'll click on Upload Checks. It'll send a secure file up to the SFTP site, and then it will be on the AP Gateway, where you can actually look at that information and approve it. Multi-layers of approval there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the gateway. And I'm logged into my gateway, and the payments will show up in this payments section. Click on Payments, and it has several files awaiting for me to approve. Let's take a look at this one, which is just like the one we just looked at. And so there they are, ready for approval. The nice thing about the gateway is our reference number is our check number internally. So anytime that someone says has a question about a check number, you can go back to the reference number inside the gateway and find all that information, even cleared checks if it was a physical check. The remittance advice here is going to show you a mock-up of what the vendor will get. And so it would have your name and your logo up here, who you're paying it to, and then what they're being paid for. We also include job cost, cost code category in there as well. And at the very bottom, it gives them some information about how they can get to support if they need it. But they also have their own portal that they can go into and actually pull this information themselves. So once you're ready to approve, you have multiple layers of approval. I only have one layer of approval here, so I can just approve the entire batch, and $306,800 would go out to 3 different vendors. And all of mine are getting checks, as you can see, but you might have one that says ACH or MasterCard. That's the entire process. When we bring the information back in, if there is a return file, you can click Process Return File. It'll find the file and bring the information back in. Where it brings that information back into Intacct is back in the vendor record. So let's go back to Intacct, Bills, and inside the bills, we'll actually be able to see those that have been paid. Let's take a look at this A1 Electric Company, bill number 321. If I click on View, You'll see here it has been paid, and the information we bring back in is in additional information. And it says that this was paid on 3/28 of 2023, reference number 311, and it was for $11,000, and they received a printed check. If it was ACH or MasterCard, it would say that there as well. So it's full circle. Information goes out of Intacct, up to the gateway, and then back into Intacct. But in both cases, the reference number is the way to get to your information easiest.